my class on how to create online form using Google Forms. I'm your training facilitator, Timothy Oyelaki. One of the key things we need to know about creating online form is how to have a proper set of questions or assessments that you need to put together, which can be transferred from a paper to an online form. People in recent times have been using paper questionnaires, paper tests, paper exams, and so many other things, paper evaluation form, and so many other assessment form to get responses from people for data entry. But here is how you can use an online form, which will help you go paperless. And I hope you enjoy this session. I have some sample questionnaires here, which you can see on my screen, which has different questions that is being asked, which pertains to what you have in mind. You need to understand that each questions are quite specific and peculiar for whatsoever you want to use it for. The very first one here, which is a sample questionnaire, is a comparative study of preference and perception among Samsung and Apple phone. Like you can see here, it has some questions like name, age, gender, occupation, annual income. What will you prefer? Do you think Samsung is a strong competitor of Apple? How often you change or switch it to new phone? Do you think Apple is innovative and all? So one thing you need to understand is we have different kind of question type. For example, this is name. Name is a an open-ended question here. So when you say an open-ended question, it means that the respondent has the privilege to give his response to a particular question. So here it is expected that the person writes his name or type in his name if he's using an online form. Whereas for the age there, it is grouped 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, and 45 and above. So this is a close-ended question. So these are very important because it's going to determine the kind of option you are going to pick when you are creating your form in any of the online forms. So let's see how we. So this is a sample questionnaire I got online, and you can also look at this to put what you have in mind on the form. So I would like to take us through the process. One thing you need to know is that before you can create online forms, you need, especially the one we are using, which is Google Forms, you need to have an internet connection. So you have to have either a smartphone that is connected, a tablet that is connected, or a laptop or desktop that is connected. So let's see how we can put this together. So you can see the questions we have here. We have name, we have age, we have gender, we have occupation, and we have annual income. So you can note that somewhere. You can just have it: name, age, gender, occupation, and annual income. So let's deal with the personal details first and see how we can explore that. So I will just come to my browser, and on my Google browser I will type Google Forms. So once you click on Google Forms, it's going to bring a lot of options for you. Then you click this Google Form Online Form Creator. So when you click this, it's going to open this page for you where you can use it. Then you go to forms, as you can see on the screen here. So after you go to forms, depending on how fast your internet network is, it will open the page where you can work on your Google Forms. So when you have that, there are some templates already that you can see here, like course evaluation, contact information, RSVP, party invite, t-shirt sign up. So, and if you have worked on some similar sheets before, you can see that in the recent form. So you click on blank forms. When you click on blank form, it opens in blank form for you. So this means you are creating it afresh. Now you need to take note of some things in this form. Number one is you have the untitled form. The untitled form will be the title of the questionnaire. So the questionnaire is, you can edit that. It's a questionnaire. Depending on what you want to use it. Maybe it's an assessment, you put an assessment. If it's a test or a feedback survey, you put it there. Then you have a form description. The form description is to what you see. Like for example, when we were working on when I was showing us uh, the the questionnaire here, you can see this is the form description. That is this. The objective of this survey is to collect tangible information about the Samsung and Apple mobile phones. So let's see how we can put that in. Okay, sorry, a minute. Yes, this form is to collect Samsung and iPhones. So you have that. So you have option here where you can bold it, or you can make it italics, or you can underline it. Some other options. So once you have this, it gives us the information, background information about the um, questionnaire. This is quite exhaustive. You can still put in some information. For example, if you want to give them some instruction on how to fill the form. Now this questionnaire is appearing here, but it's not appearing here. So once you click this, it's going to pull what you have there over there. So now don't forget our first question is name. So that will be name. So we'll put it in the untitled question. We'll say name. So once you click on name, there's an AI feature here that can suggest the kind of option that you can select when you are creating your question. So let's see the options that we have here. So here we have a drop down that has different options of what a question will look like. The options that the question type. So the first one is a short answer. Short answers are for open-ended question where you need to type in responses that are not too long. So for example, name, we can have name for short answer. University, we can have it for short answer. Address, yes, we can have it for short answer. But for questions like, can you tell us your motivation for applying for this job, or can you give us more information about this paragraph will be the right option for that. Then we have what we call multiple choice. Multiple choice is we can call it a radio button where you can only pick just one option from a list of responses. Then we have what we call checkboxes. Checkboxes is for questions that you have multiple responses. So for example, you want to select maybe two options in a question. So checkbox works right for that. Then we have drop down. Drop down is just like a drop down option where you have a list of options. It works like multiple choice. The difference is for drop down, you need to click on the drop down, then you select. Then we have file upload. So for example, you are trying to use this form to create a job application, or pardon, you want them to be able to upload a file. So this option works for that. Then we have linear scale. Linear scale is for responses that has for example, Likert scale questions that are strongly agree, disagree, and what have you. Then we have multiple choice grid is similar to linear scale, but it's for questions that are have the same responses, but you have more than one question. While checkbox grid is similar to checkbox, but you have multiple questions with the same responses. Then we have date. So for example, you're asking for date of birth, or of entry or date of admission, you have that date option. Then we have time, if you want to take record of time in your responses. So let's do this. So for name, so we agree that name is short answer. Now for every of the questions, there are some things that you need to put into consideration. Number one, after you've selected the option, you need to select if you want the question to be compulsory. Compulsory means that if you don't select that question, you cannot proceed to the next question. So this option here, this button here required, is what makes it compulsory. You will have had encounter of filling some forms before, and while you are doing that, when you want to submit, it will tell you a question has not been answered. This button does the magic. It helps you to ensure that that question is selected, and the essence of this is to avoid missing responses, because when you have missing responses in your question, people, it can actually affect your analysis going forward. Then we have some more options here. You want to have uh, description, or you want to include response. But the description is based on this question. What do you want to pop up when the question is being is not being selected? Yeah, so that works for that. So then we have some other options here. You can see this. This is the button to create a new question. So once I click this, it creates another question after. So this question that was required, immediately I got here, it included a star, a red star here, which shows that the question is important, very compulsory. So then we have this. This is to import questions. For example, you want to import question, already prepared question. That option works for that. This is to create titles. So you discover that in questionnaire we have sections. So like for example, the one that we used as an example, you can see it has options. This is personal detail, and we have the other section. And so if your question has different sections, that option we do the make take justice to that. Then if you want to add image to your question, this works. If you want to add video to your question, this works. This you want to add a section, you want to section in section A, section B, section C, this works for that. So so the second question that we have here is age, and that age was categorized into, so when you click age, this option needs to be changed, so we change it to multiple choice. There are some ages that you put a dash button to mean that you need to write your age, but here we want it to be a close-ended question where you need to pick from the range of options. So the first age group there is 15 to 25. Then you come here again and say 26 to, okay, I think it should be 24. Yeah, this should be 2024. Let me confirm. Okay, yeah, 15 to, yeah, okay, let's go back. 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, and 45 and above. So let's do this. Yeah, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, and we have 45 and above. Yeah, so this works. So then we just say it is compulsory. Then now we can create more options. So we have gender. So for gender, when you click gender, this will automatically, let's make gender a drop down. So first option will be male, and the next will be female. You can see it's bringing suggestion here already, so you can select that. Yeah, this is like a duplication. Then once you've done that, you pick the required button. Then the next one is occupation. So for occupation, we have self-employed, salary, professional, housewife, and retired. Yes. So then for annual income, we have below 1 lakh, 1 to 2 lakh, and 2 lakh and above. So let's quickly do that and replicate that in our tool. So we have, so it's going to be a multiple choice. So we have for occupation, we have students, we have self-employed, we have salaried, we have housewife, we have retired. So these are the list of questions. You will discover that there are some questions that they will say order specified. So this option here works for that. Once you put it there, it's going to, once you pick orders, it's going to give you an open-ended question where you type in what the what you want to include that is not on the list. But for this, we are not including orders. So we have required for that. Then we create another question, which is annual income. So for the annual income, we have below 1 lakh. Then we have 1 to 2 lakh. So this is actually based on the currency of the country where this question is being it's being asked. For example, if it's in dollars, it's going to be in dollars. If it's in naira, it's going to be in naira. If it's going to be in pounds, it's going to be in pounds. So based on what you have in your question. So that is 2 lakh and above. Yes. So then we make this also required. So so these questions are here already, and we can see we are creating our form gradually. Now for the other questions, we have other questions. What will you prefer? Do you think Samsung is strong? So the same principle works for them. But I want us to look at question 5, which is rating. Rate the question parameter on a scale of 1 to 5 to your opinion, where 1 equals to excellent and 5 equals to poor. So looking at this, we want to include it. So this type of question is more or less like an open a multiple grade question. So let's say Apple, we are looking at price, user friendly, service, variety, quality, value for money. So it will be included here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 based on the response of the. So we will have that as our next question. So so we just say rate the products. Maybe I click rate. Can you see? It changed 1 to 5. So it's already seen it as a what? As a scale question, a linear scale question. So read the products 1 to 5. Yes. So so here is telling us the row and what the columns are. So for the row, I will have Apple, and the columns, column 1 will be price. Sorry, let me put a space here. For column price, I have user friendly, can see it changed to multiple grid, which shows that that question we are clear aware of. Yeah. So don't forget we're also doing for Samsung, even though the question is not complete from what I shared. So let's include Samsung here, since we are looking at both products. So you can see, so this has actually included the response here. So how do we view this as the way a respondent is going to view it? So once you come here, you can see this I logo shows a preview. So once you click on it, it's going to show it the way it's going to appear. So you can see, yeah. So this is how it's going to look like. You can see the drop down where you have to select. You can see the multiple choice where you have to select and all. Yeah. So I'm looking at this question is looking differently. So I think the option we chose is supposed to change. So so this is how to edit. You can see this button, this pen. So when you click on it, it brings you back to the option. So here we might have to change it to okay, sorry, we might have to change this option from multiple grid to let's say linear scale. Yeah, so for the linear scale, so we'll have to repeat this. So okay, maybe we'll make the questions for each of the responses. So this will be for Apple. So we'll just say price. Yeah, so or we'll put in bracket Apple. Yes, I think this would oh sorry, this is not meant to be okay. Yeah, so yeah, we can, so it's going to be like we are picking one option. So the first will be the um, okay. So with this, let me just go through this. Yeah, so so one will be excellent and five will be poor based on this option we have here. So one will be excellent and five will be poor. Yeah, so unlike we are used to five being the excellent and one be the poor. So this will be for the yeah, so this will be for um, Apple price. Yes, Apple price. Yes, so we can have this, then replicate the same question, so we can duplicate this. So this will be for user friendly. Yes, user friendly. This will be for service. Yes, we can also duplicate this again and say for variety. So we can replicate this and say quality. Then the last one, which is value for money. So after we've included all this, they are all, so we can now move. Now there are some options here that we need to explain. We have what we call add-on. You can bring this in to add some things. We have customized theme. For this customized theme is for you to change the font style of what you have here, the question, the font of the question, the font of the text. If you want to include an header, maybe like a brand um, header or a logo or an information in a picture format, you can do this. Then we can also change the color of the form using any of these color options. You can also change the color of the background depending on if your organization or your school has a color brand. You can change that to whatsoever color. Then the background color too can change. Yeah, so this is what the theme works for. So I've already explained this as a preview. So and also after we've created the form, there are some settings which we can work with. So let me just come here and come to the settings. So these settings has different options they perform. So for example, if you are using this form to create a online test, we are trying to create an online test, this make this a quiz with what is going to happen. So you will now put all the responses, the correct answers, the wrong answers, the point values, and all. So but this is not a quiz. Then the responses, manage how responses are collected and protected. Collect email address. So if you want to collect the email address of the respondent, you have this option here. You want it to be verified, you want the responder input, you have that. Then send responders a copy of their response. So at times when you fill a form, when you are done, it's going to send your response to your mail. So this is the option that does the magic. Allow response editing. For example, you want the respondent to be able to edit their response once they are done filling. This option does that. You just open up this, but we are not doing that here. Then limit to one response. Limit to one response means you can only respond to the questionnaire once. That is what that does. Then this is presentation. Form show progress bar. That is when the form response um, are being received. Yes, shuffle question order. For example, when you are doing some test, the question 1 to you will be question 5 for another person. So this is what does the magic. Then after submission, maybe you want them to have a response like, oh, thanks for taking your time, taking out of your time to fill the form. So this is just like a confirmation message. For example, if it's an application, you say, oh, thank you for filling this application. You'll be getting back to after reviews. Or for example, you want to give an instruction to join a link or to do something after submission. This is the what we done. Then you save that. And then show link to submit another response. That is if you want them to have another response. Then share result and summary response. If you want the respondent to see the summary, this works for that. Then disable autosave for all respondents. That is for restriction. This does that. Then for default, form default means collect email. So for example, like I mentioned earlier, you want it to collect their emails without their consent or with their consent. Then question default, that is make question required by default. So here, if you want all the responses to be required, to be compulsory, once you click this to apply that to all the questions. So these are the information in the setting. Now how do we create our link to where people can click and receive or fill the form? So once you come to send here, the send here has different options. So here maybe you want to send the mail, the link for the mail to link to the form via email. This is where you have, you just put in all the mails here, then maybe an information, then you say send. And here is how you get the link. Look at it, this link option. So the link can be gotten in two forms. You can have the long link and the short link. It's still the same thing, but in a case whereby somebody has to type the link, if he does not have the link as on his gadget, so you can decide to make it shorten. I think this should be the best. It's still the same, and once you copy the link, you can share maybe it's via mail, via WhatsApp, via LinkedIn, via Facebook. You can share to people to fill out the form. Then we have embedded HTML. For example, if you want to embed this into a website or a blog, so this link is what you are going to copy and paste. Then look at the option for Facebook and Twitter. That works here. So so those are the options. So I've already copied the link, and that does the magic. So after the form has been created and you send out the link, okay, we have some other options here which are related to what we have here. So for example, you want to make a copy of this form, you click this. You want to move to trash, that is to delete. To get prefilled link, which was what I did initially, you copy, then you send, then you want to print this form. This works here. Add collaborators. Now, one unique thing about this form is you are the only one that has access to the back end to either create the form, view the responses, or make changes. But in case you need to have more than one person to be able to have access to the back end of the form, what we are doing is the back end. You just come here and click add collaborators. So once you click add collaborators, you can now include the mails, Gmail specifically, or emails, any mails, or Yahoo Mail, you put it here, then you have them, then you give them access, whether you want them to be able to edit or to view. So you have that option right here. So anyone with the link or is restricted. So you include their mails here as an editor. Yeah. So that works. So then another option here is okay, that is related to script editor and all. So now that we have sent out our forms and we have sent the link for people to input or to add their responses, you click on responses and it's going to show here. Since we don't have a list already, it's going to show the numbers of people. So you can see you have 0 responses here. So once people start filling the form and they start submitting, this number will be changing, and once it's changing, it's going to be giving you the analysis of the responses. Now this is linked to sheet. So for example, if you want to link this response to a Google sheet, once you link it, as you are getting the responses, it will be populating that Google sheet that has been created. Then we have some options here. So because we don't have a response yet, some of this would be will not be valid, but I can explain what the whole means. So for here, to get notification for new responses, is going to be giving you notification once you are clicking the responses. Then select destination for responses. That's if you want the response to actually go to a particular place. On link form means you don't want the form, the link to come to the form again. Download responses. So after you have gotten the responses, this download responses will help you to download. And once you download the form, it will give you as a CSV version, which is also an Excel version. Then you have print all responses or delete all responses. So this option works for your forms. So let me just try this and say, let me try to fill the form at my end here. So name Timothy. Okay, sorry. Let me view as a form. Yeah, yes. So let me just fill the form here. Timothy, my age here, gender male, self-employed, 1 to 2 lakh, excellent, here, and here. So once I'm done with the filling, I say submit. It's going to give me, can you remember the prompt I included? Thanks for taking out your time to fill the forms. So, and if you want to submit another response, you have this here. So I can now come back to the back end. You can see I have 1 response already. So immediately I have the 1 response, it's giving me the summary. You can see the summary because I'm the only one. Everything is 100%, and it's creating a chart. You can copy this chart and use it for your report. And there's another option here which is question. So question here is you want to see all the questions and the responses that came. So you just click this and it gives you individually for all the questions. Then this is individual for each person. You want to view what each person filled. So you have that here. So now I can now say I want to download the response. You can see once I download the response, it automatically downloads. And once it's downloaded, it downloads as a spreadsheet. Can you see? So once I click on the spreadsheet, I can extract it because it's a zip file. And once I've extracted that, you can see it comes as a spreadsheet. So you can see, so one thing is it takes timestamp, the time, the date when the form was filled, and look at my responses here. So then from here you can then proceed to use for your analysis. So so I think I've been able to give a very good background and how this can be achieved. Yes. So so with this you can replicate that for another kind of question here. So on this note, I would like to round off this class. um, Remain your facilitator, Timothy Ilaki. That's my WhatsApp number and my phone number. Then you can send your response to this Gmail account, Gmail address, which is telosconsult@gmail.com. So this is brought to you by Telos Consultancy Services, and we offer different consultancy services that you can see on the screen. Thank you. I expect your feedback.